ASMR Who, and today I'm going to be showing you this book, Doctor Who, The Whoniverse, The Untold History of Space and Time by George Mann and Justin Richards. This is, as you can see, this book is from a few years ago. It's got the Capaldi era logo and the confession dial here. So it's around about series 9. This is sort of embossed here, the writing, the logo here, and this confession dial has got a sort of embossed texture. I don't remember when I got this book, when or where I got it, but I've had it for a couple of years and it's a great book. It's really interesting. And yeah, I thought I would just go through it, something a little bit different. I like to mix it up a little bit on this channel, not just the same kinds of videos over and over again. So what's interesting about this book, it's sort of an in-universe timeline of the universe, of the universe, but it uses mostly concept art, so a lot of this art will be familiar to people who, if you watched my video on the Impossible Worlds book, the concept art book, a lot of the artwork will be familiar because it's the same concept art. As you can see, a lot of concept art of Gallifrey and stuff there. You got this here with Davros and a Dalek. Yeah, so it uses concept art, and then you've got original illustrations by Alex Ford, Richard Hardy, Chris J. Lees and Sean Williams. I'm not sure exactly what's original and what's concept art, but yeah. But you just see it because it doesn't use screenshots or images from the show, it uses artwork. You can see lots of different versions of the Cybermen here. You've got a Mondasian. No, that's like a Tomb of the Cybermen. And that's Cybers. And then, like, that's definitely Mondasian, that one. I'm not sure about the others. This one over here, right in the light, looks like it could be an invasion. Cyberman, maybe. Lots of different versions of them. But of course you've got your chapters. So chapter 1, the early universe. Chapter 2, the birth of knowledge. Chapter 3, the age of expansion. Chapter 4, the rise of the Cybermen. Chapter 5, the age of empire. Chapter 6, the time of the Daleks. Chapter 7, the end of time, and then your index and your acknowledgements. So, you've got this lovely quote here from the Doctor. It's the 4th Doctor from the Ark in Space, of course. Homo sapiens, what an invincible species. It's only a few million years since they crawled up out of the mud and learned to walk. Puny, defenseless bipeds. They survived flood and famine and plague. They survived cosmic wars and holocausts. And now here they are, out among the stars, waiting to begin a new life, ready to outsit eternity. They're indomitable. Indomitable. Chapter 1, the early universe, and these are sort of Eternals and such, aren't they? So, in the beginning, so I'm not going to, of course, read the whole thing, but I'll, point out the little titles and stuff, so kickstarting the universe. From before the dawn of time here, this is a little section on the key to time. And then here, the Guardians watch as the universe is created. Yes, they're not Eternals, Guardians. That's the whole image there. You've got Azar, or one of the demons, from Deimos, Daemons. And these ancient hieroglyphs tell the story of the capture of the beast. Creatures from the dark times. Yeah, you've got here, it's talking about Fenric and stuff. And you've got this quite very scary image of the beast there on Crop Tour, the Impossible Planet. Yeah, see, that's Crop Tour, the so-called Impossible Planet. If I'm, by the way, if I'm pointing at a photo and saying something that sounds written, it's because I'm reading the little sort of description of what the photo is. I'm not just making up these things as I go, but of course you've got the Arachnos. This is a drawing. I assume that's an original artwork drawing of the Arachnos. What I like, in a way, about this, the artwork throughout it, is that they're not trying to go for 100% accuracy to the show, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that is sort of what the Arachnos looks like, but it sort of isn't. But you get the idea, and it's this, because it's kind of an in-universe thing, it's like, well, why would people know what they look like? It's just an artist's impression. It's only because we've seen the show and know what Arachnos looks like. And we've only seen the one Arachnos, maybe the others do look like that. But I like how it's more, the artwork is more impressionistic, and I think the use of concept art is helpful for that as well, because it's almost what you see on screen, but not quite. Here, the fledgling empires, and of course, the Arachnos web star. And again, the Arachnos in the web, that I'm sure is concept art. I'm sure I've seen that somewhere else as a bit of concept art. The birth of life on Earth, prehistory, and the rise of the reptiles. So yeah, this is Silurian architecture. This is the Jakaroth spaceship, so Scaroth, the Jakaroth. And again, this is not what it looks like in the show, but it's an impressionistic version, or more impressionistic. You've got Silurians, different species of Homo reptilia. And of course this is a bit about Homo reptilia. The Silurians. You got this here, again, I'm sure that's concept art I've seen before. You've got the Sea Devils there. Early history. The use of fire. This is Scaroth. This is Egyptian carvings with the dot. Is that real Egyptian carvings that happen to have that shape in? That might be like real Egyptian carvings. That's a splinter of Scaroth. The Jakaroth. What's this? Is that Babylon, maybe? Oh no, the Exelons. City of the Exelons at the height of their civilization. We've got Pompeii there. So it's sort of the early history of Earth. You've got robot masks from the robot of Sherwood. That might be concept art, maybe. That's definitely concept art. There's some diamonds there. You've got the Mandragora helix up here. You've got the Saturnines in Venice. Are they Saturnine? Yeah, alien. What does it say here? The Saturnine. I know one of them's called a Saturnine. But what are they collectively? Does it say Saturnines? Saturnines, okay. You've got carrionite stuff here, that's concept art. You've got Shakespearean England. I don't know if I've mentioned before in talking about the Shakespeare Code that it's an episode that I really don't like, but I have a lot of nostalgia for. I think it's aged like milk, to be honest. I think it's aged terribly. And of course, you know, that's mainly because it's written by Gareth Roberts, who is a bit a bigot, but you can see those tendencies in the episode. But the vibe of it's from a time when I really, really probably got into the programme. So I have a lot of nostalgia for an episode I really don't like. You've got, is that pterodactyl? Why is it so fat? Oh, well, not even pregnant. Maybe both, I'm not sure. Odd. Chapter 2, so hang on, what is this? Oh, okay, so this ends here at the Great Fire of London. And then chapter 2, the birth of knowledge. The emergence of science. So this is the Curse of the Black Spot, and you've got the siren up there. Oh, the Pretender, so this is the Highlanders. You've got the SS Madame de Pompadour there. Yeah, so that's Battle of Culloden. This, I'm sure, again, that's concept art. This is on the SS Madame de Pompadour. Overleaf, the huge Cyber King. That was over Victorian London. Oh yeah, see that's definitely original artwork. And again, it's not quite what it looks like on screen. You've got Jackson Lake's TARDIS Hireballoon up here. But it's sort of what it looks like. You've got the werewolf there, that I think might be concept art. Because I'm sure I've seen like that pose and that face on like a visual artwork. You've got the Paternoster gang here. The Grapheus. This Sweetville and the Crimson Horror. And again, this is inside Sweetville. We've got, this is from Curse of the Black Spot. Not Curse of the Black Spot, a town called Mercy. It's totally different. Here we are, Gallifrey. You've got Omega there. It's a very striking image. You've got the seal of the Brydonian chapter. And the Tower of Rassilon. You've got the Matrix here. And again, that's definitely concept art of Gallifrey. These images are so, I mean, they're so beautifully vivid. It's stuff that the TV show could just never truly accomplish. Even now, it would just never be able to do, you know, the kind of atmosphere you get from this. The TV show would just never be able to recreate it. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, it's just, it's different. So So this is... Okay, so this is Gallifrey returning in the end of time, right? But why is the shard there? It shouldn't be. But again, you know, these images are not literal, and this is a totally brand new piece of art, of course. So where does chapter... So this is still just about Gallifrey. Yeah, now Gallifrey sits at the end of time, awaiting his return, still observing all the machinations of the universe. So yeah, so this is Hellbent, so I assume this goes up to Hellbent. But of course this doesn't include what's happened to Gallifrey since in the Whittaker years, the second destruction of Gallifrey, and the revelations of the Timeless Children and all that. Chapter 3, The Age of Expansion. 20th century, so yeah, First World War there. You've got the Vespiformia, the Great Intelligence, and the Lonely Assassins. Oh, you got Melody Malone. Again, here you got, it's about the Lonely Assassins. You got the Second World War here, and Ironside, this lovely army green Dalek here. The Ironside blueprints. This stuff here is about the war machines and Wotan. And of course, a war machine there. You've got chameleons here. From what's it called? The Faceless Ones. You've got Zaroff from Underwater Menace. The Formation of Unit. You've got a lovely double-page spread of Yeti there. I think this is Abominable Snowman, or is it? No, Web of Fear. Yeah, Web of Fear. Other worlds and histories. You've got the Dominators and the Quarks there. Again, some Sontaran concept art. Sontaran ships. Or Sontaran concept art there. Or is that concept art, or is it? That might just be original art. You've got the Jadoon. Yeah. That might be concept art because it's got like an exoskeleton and stuff. That again looks like concept art of Jadoon ships, that's why it doesn't fill the page. The unit era, Earth under attack. So, I'm not sure, wait, what are these? Unit forces have had to stand against all manner of alien threats and attempted invasions over the years. Okay, so that's just like general, whatever. You've got, of course, the Cybermen there in the invasion. You got Autons, that's concept art. You got the Sea Devils. The Master, of course, there he is. You've got the K1 robot, again, that's original artwork. I kind of love the smudgy painted aesthetic of all this artwork though. You've got the Hand of Fear there. This is talking about the Awakening. This is talking about Battlefield. You got the TV movie covered there. And then this is starting to talk about, you've got the Slitheen here, the Slitheen ship of course. You've got the Christmas Invasion, you've got School Reunion covered there. That's a Ziggurat ship of course over London. You've got Adipose capsule. The Adipose ship there, and a section here on Atmos. Isolus, right? From Via. This is talking about the power of 3 here and the cubes. You've got Bells of St. John, you've got Day of the Doctor, the modern day stuff. You've got Cyber Invasion. The Skervot splits are there. You got this here with In the Forest of the Night, an episode I do not like. But yeah, hey, you know. Chapter 4, The Rise of the Cybermen. See, that is 100% concept art. I've seen that before. So, Genesis here. Of course, this won't have World Enough in Time, and it won't have, of course, the stuff with Ashad and all that. Got some lovely Mundasian Cybermen artwork there. The Age of Steel, so this is the Rise of the Cyberman story. This was the Cybermen. Yeah, you see here, the Cyber Controller from that story. The Cyber's Industries blimp. You got the Cyber King, that's concept art. Yeah, that's definitely concept art. I remember that being in the Impossible Worlds book and talking about how dopey I think it looks. Got a cyber mat there, new cyber mat. Oh, that's a lovely piece of, I mean, you know, it's a very striking artwork of the Cybermen there coming out of the ground in Death in Heaven. You got was that the wheel from the Wheel in Space? I think it is, isn't it? I mean, that's just totally made up. The Cybermen invading London. It's a lovely, what is that meant to represent? Yeah, that's the Wheel in Space. Okay, so Overleaf. The Cybermen have made numerous attempts to conquer Earth and convert the human race into more Cybermen. That just sort of reminds me of the Supremacy of the Cybermen, the comic. It's a very striking image there. This is a Earthshock. Adric's sacrifice there, yeah. And then this is from Nightmare in Silver. Yeah, you got the chess Cyberman there, and the Cybermite. And then even more tombs. This is meant to be on vast storage banks of Cybermen, or Cyber tombs as they are sometimes called. Yeah, so this is just, you know, massive tombs of Cybermen. Chapter 5, The Age of Empire. Earth's Galactic Empire. And you got Tiamat. Tiamat is from Seeds of of death, isn't it? Yeah, so you've got an ice warrior there. Really interesting version of an ice warrior. You've got, again, here he is the master. So I assume this is, colony in space. And the Doomsday weapon. You got a couple of Draconians. There. The war between Earth and Draconia. You've got, what's that? Earth's empire expanded as the human race left the solar system and spread out across the galaxy. But I don't know if these are meant to be anything in particular. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is the planet Midnight, it's meant to be. Is this like the proposed, or is this like what the version of the sort of the spa area and stuff, where Donna is? Because that's like a bridge, you can see people on the, yeah, interesting. You got the Star Whale on and Starship UK in the latter years. Again, the Star Whale there. And another, so some of these must be concept art, and maybe one or two is original art. And then this is starting to talk about the arc in space. So over here, this is, yeah, the arc in space here. There's some car or motorbike revving very loudly outside, so you might have heard that. I do apologise. That's definitely original art, but it's very striking, isn't it? A little bit about the we're in here, and again more Sandarans. This is about Styre. That'll be Styre again, I think, probably. This is, I mean, this is talking about Sardic Town from A Christmas Carol, and Frontios there. But that to me looks like the Impossible Planet, or is it Planet of the Ood? Oh yeah, okay, Planet of the Ood. Yeah, that was talking about Doctor's daughter there in the half. You got Eden, the greatest show in the galaxy. Yeah, and then this is about the Ood. And yeah, again, this here, Ood operations on the Ood sphere. And again, this is, I think this might be concept art as well, but it's, I'm not sure. Robophobia. And of course the Fog robots from the Robots of Death V3. You've got Spectroxemia from Caves of Androzani. You've got Terminus and the Lazarus disease. Here we are at the time of the Daleks. What is this meant to be? We might find out. Is that I assume that's the Daleks attacking something, but I'm not sure what it's. I don't know. Skaro and the Dalek Empire, so you can see, of course, Davros there, portrait of him. Again, this image of Davros and the Daleks. Again, with only 3 things, it's a little bit more impressionistic. The The scientist. Okay, so that's about Davros as well. That's got to be concept art, surely. Of the Dalek casing opening up. Concept art from Dalek. You've got that. You don't often see this design in these colours. Okay, yeah, it's like a Dalek fleet besieges a space station. Yeah, so it's just a random space station, but you've got, of course, Dalek ships and Dalek, those things, attack pods, whatever they're called. Yeah, so that's an aftermath of a battle. And again, you've got the Daleks there. I think it's concept art of Davros. You've got stuff about the Movellans and the war with the Movellans here. You've got Tranquil Repose again, another image of Davros there. This here is talking about the Imperial and Renegade Dalek factions and the war between them. Another lovely image of a Dalek there. You've got sexy Dalek sec. Is it just me who thinks that's a bit sexy? Is that weird? Not in the tentacle, I just mean... I shouldn't have said that. We've got the Cult of Skaro here, we're talking about Dalek Wars. That will be, I think, the final experiment, is it? Doesn't say, let's have a look. Yeah, so this is stuff about the Daleks in Daleks in Manhattan. You've got the Genesis arc there. This is supposedly the Daleks and Cybermen at Canary Wharf. But obviously the Cybermen look very different here. That one's got green eyes. So that did say Canary Wharf, didn't it? Daleks and Cybermen did battle on the streets of London in what became known as the Battle of Canary Wharf. Yeah, the Cybermen got humiliated in that, didn't they? Oh well. So it seems that the Cybermen and the Daleks have their own, like the rest of the book goes through the timeline of the universe mostly from the perspective of Earth and humanity, and then the Daleks and Cybermen are sort of have their own timelines, I suppose. You've got the Genesis arc there and Dalek Sec. You got Dalek spaceships there, that's concept art, I'm sure of it. And then we're talking about the Dalek invasions of Earth. You got the Robomen there. That's a very striking image. Got another image of the Dalek here. I'm not sure what this orange thing is. I think that might be like a printing error almost. It's just on this page, so I don't know what that is, but you can still read it. It's just a bit odd. This is from Into the Dalek, isn't it? Okay, it's here as well. And then this must be, I'm assuming this might be, it's talking about the planet Vulcan. This is, so this is Power of the Daleks, okay. This is Victory of the Daleks, the progenitors coming out there, the Paradigm Daleks. You got destroyed Dalek casings. Over the page, the Daleks blast down the primitive natives of the planet Exelons. There you are. You got Satellite 5 in the game station. And the Dalek Asylum here. And then what's this? Another scene of devastation as Daleks attack during the Dalek Wars. So it's just, that's very impressionistic, isn't it? Bloody hell. I don't really look much like Daleks over there. Chapter 7, the end of time. I don't know what the hell's going on here. It must be the Time War, right? Yeah, the last great Time War. So you got the Gallifreyan cities, you got Dalek attack ships there. Arcadia. So Daleks attacking Arcadia there. Some key battles of the Time War: the fall of the Riven Mansipal, the Maldivian cluster, Nevermass Reach and the ending of Full March, the Crovian delay, the night of the Reborn, the severance of Skaro, Resurrection Breach, the battle for the Tantalus Eye, the fall of Arcadia. That sounds like episode titles for like a Time War mini-series. Talking about the end of the war here. And then here from the Day of the Doctor. And then this is Aftermath and Legacy and the end of Gallifrey, of course, until the Chibnall era. But you've got this crazy piece of artwork here. That's beautiful. I've no idea what is going on there, but it looks gorgeous. Beyond the ends of the earth, you've got again the Daleks attacking Arcadia. We've got Cassandra there. And New Earth, you've got Platform 1, watching the end of the world. You've got Utopia. Oh, okay, that's, so how does, yeah. So, beyond Utopia, when even that final haven too was lost, all that remained in the universe were a few scattered immortals in Gallifrey, birthplace of the Time Lords, returned from the pocket universe in which it had been hidden for so long, now hanging alone in the starless void, moments from the heat death of all things, watching, waiting, and ready. And then here you've got your index, of course. Picture good, okay, yeah. Yeah. So BBC Books would like to thank the following for providing photographs and for permission to reproduce copyright material. While every effort has been made to trace and acknowledge all copyright holders, we should like to apologise should there have been any errors or omissions. So everything is the BBC except the individual artwork pieces. Sean Williams only did 2, so on 66 and 178. Let's have a look. So Sean Williams did this. Oh, there's some noisy kids outside, hopefully you can't hear them. So he did this image of the Cyber King, and he also did 178. He did. Oh, well, there you go. I thought this image had a different style to everything else. Yeah, I think that might be my favourite spread in the whole book, to be honest. It's gorgeous. That was a bit loud. And your acknowledgements there, of course. And this final image here. So there you are, just a little bit of a different sort of a book, you know, going through the timeline of the universe. Of course, it goes up to Hellbent, so coming up sort of 8-9 years old now. So a little bit out of date, but still very fascinating. And of course, it doesn't include any of the expanded material, expanded universe stuff, but it's just a TV show, but it's fantastic. I need to read this through again, I think, because it's the type of thing that I think can sometimes not work, but I think the way it presents itself and the way it uses images and stuff, I just love it. It's quite similar to a book I had called The Time Traveller's Almanac, which was released in around about 2008. I think it goes up to the end of series 4. That does use a lot of some concept art, but a lot of official images as well, and like screen caps, screenshots and stuff. But I love that book. It's proper dog-eared now. I might do a video on it one day. But it's a similar sort of thing, a slightly different format, but a similar sort of thing, and I just love that kind of presentation. So yeah, I'd love for them to do a new version of this kind of thing. It would have been nice for the 60th anniversary for something like that, but hey ho. But yeah, that's the book, that is the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like the video if you liked it. Let me know if you've got this book, if you enjoy it. And yeah, thank you very much for your time. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done, and if you like what I do here. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.